not completely away, but almost away. And so I said to my doctor, I'm 76. I want to live before I die. I want to live full. I want to cry. I want to sob. I want to love. I want to live. And on antidepressants, it's like half of me is dead, walking through life. So she said, well, it sounds like we need to change your medications. No, I don't want to be, I'm 76 years old. I want to live. Putting me on a different antidepressant's not going to do it. So anyway, I went off the antidepressants. I weaned myself off. And as I try to experience what's going on in my body and in my mind and stuff, after a couple of weeks of being off, I was watching Steve Wilkos, of all things. And his program is all about exposing child abusers, pedophilia, incest, that sort of thing. And I wound up crying for the first time, like tears coming out of my eyes. And that had not been happening. And that was
so relieving.
Such a wonderful feeling. Yeah, it's not the tears, it's the relief that you feel when you're letting all that go. Within a few weeks later, I was moving this bookcase from over there to over here. I shouldn't be moving bookcases.
Yeah, it's bad for your body.
Yeah, but the energy that I was being given back was like, wow, energy. Another couple of nights go by and I'm having trouble sleeping. And I think to myself, used to be when I was married, you just have sex and then you go right to sleep. As soon as that thought hit my head, I had this wave of pleasure. Sexual pleasure.
Wow.
I have never had that. In my life, I have never had that. It's been one of my struggles. So had I not gotten depressed, had I not insisted on going off the medication, had I not went off it anyway, I wouldn't be in this position where I experience this pleasure that I'm receiving from my illness. So if you keep looking for the positive things for you and for her, because there's positive behind the stroke, I guarantee it, but you won't find it if you don't look for it. And if you're focused on how bad it is and how terrible it is and how
that's
awful,
what you see.
Yeah.
That's going to...
Thank you for sharing that with me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Did it help?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
And when she do her art, she's not in pain. That's why I want to bring her more.
She's also expressing her emotions and creativity with the art.
Yeah.
There's some that vibrancy.
Yeah.
And there's it's amazing how you can do it.
With little beads.
I know this one is like Cheryl.
Yeah, the color. I know.
The color, that's her.
I know.
You said that.
Yeah.
You said that.
Yeah.
You said that.
That's
Cheryl.
why I picked her to bring this show.
Yeah.
You see that amazing, right?
Yeah.
She's so
Well,
cool.
and it's like when I do the political ones,
Right.
that helps me express my emotion. But if I'm going to do a show, I'm not going to show any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Not the political ones.
Yeah.
Because I don't want any stress or confrontation.
Yeah.
Right, because some people are really weird with their...
Yeah, and
their thing.
I'm not here for that.
That's why I was going to tell Sandra, religion and politics, we stay off the table for a while when you...
Was Sandra the lady at the...
Yeah, she has
So the first
I said-
interaction we had,
Yeah.
I don't know what I said, but she said something about the Bible and the church would help, or religion. And I said, well, that's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
religion
don't-
and politics, you just stay out of a conversation sometimes
Yeah.
because everybody has prejudices against
Well,
it.
and when you get toward the end of your life, you get to think for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I want to show you more pieces.
Oh, you don't mind if I take a tour?
Yeah.
oh, heavens no, I live for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's great. She loves to share her work.
Look at that.
Isn't that amazing? Look at this one, the moon. See more. Wow. You see, I'm so impressed that you have this amazing art.
This is not the right gallery for this work.
Yeah.
'Cause, you should be standing about 6 foot back.
Yeah.
Right, because I'm like, right in front. I mean, it's pleasurable. I should, But you know, as a man, I'm like, oh, nice. How do women react to this?
Yeah.
You know,
Nancy
being
love it.
that, as a man, I'm like, oh, that's a woman's body.
Yeah.
Well, this is a man's body.
Yeah. Because in the
You know.
beginning, I call myself the beaded lady. This is a beaded lady. That is not.
Uh-huh.
But
Beaded man.
there are certain things that just don't go on a woman's body as well as they would go on a man's body. So I have to do men's bodies sometimes. Because, you know, like, can you imagine, this was my first man's body. Can you see that on a woman's body? It just wouldn't do the same.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
and then one day, I have a friend who came over, and I had just finished a piece, and I was thinking about finding something other than torsos, because when you're putting these little beads on something that's not a flat surface, they're rolling all over the place. So I was thinking about doing a
Do you
flat
have an
piece.
instrument that you use? Because that is so meticulous.
Yeah, I know.
It's just,
Yeah.
you know, there's got to be, oh gosh,
The fish, the bird.
yeah, the way you,
Well, I'll show you. I'll give you a little preview when we
yeah,
get back.
but you're pretty unique.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
Well, I created the technique and everything. Nobody else does this.
Yeah, that's why.
But when I met Thomas, one of his first questions was, "Oh my God, where do you sell?" I don't.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm in pain. I don't want to sell. I
Yeah.
don't want to move. I don't want to pack. I
But
don't,
that's all to
you
help.
know, but I can. Little THC in marijuana.
Yeah.
I can work for 30 minutes straight
Wow.
without pain.
Yeah. So,
And when I do my work, I go someplace else in my head. So I'm not focused on pain.
Yeah.
But if I have to set up a street fair and pack my van and unpack it,
yeah, so that's why I help her.
that's doesn't bring me
Remember
happiness.
that? Yeah, that day when we do together, we had so much fun. Remember at your birthday, and people love it. Imelda and other people, they say, "Wow, so you."
He had my van packed in one day, and he said, "Just stand there and tell me what to do."
Yeah, I did that. I was helping her with that. We had fun, and that's how I got Michael to come up here. Michael and Nancy.
Elvis right there.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh.
That's good. I didn't
So
know
then
that.
here's my beaded studio. So let me show you a couple things.
Yeah.
So this is the glue.
Oh, that's great.
This is easy to show. This comes in this roll. It comes in different rolls and different sizes. Like this one's, Thomas said you want to do a frame for the postcard.
Yeah.
You can use this.
Wow. You see?
Because it's just about the right
Yeah,
size.
yeah.
I cover the mannequins in these.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Yeah.
the way I do it, I put that on the mannequin, and then I draw on the mannequin first, so I can see through the glue. So when I peel off, I just peel off maybe 4 inches square at a time and do an eyeball, because I don't want the glue to dry.
Yeah.
So I just use my razor knife to, to cut that much out. And then when I do it, if like, this is my skins here.
Oh.
So I'll take this and I'll, put it and draw it whatever way I want. And then when I'm done, I'll pull the string out. But then after I'm almost finished with the piece, as I work on it, pieces are falling off because, my arm is going on it. So then I have to get my needle and pick them up one at a time. So this is my tool.
This is amazing. It's amazing. How did you come up with this?
That's part of the tour. In the 90s, when I was still working, I worked in the corporate world as a criminal investigator for white-collar crime.
Wow. That's fascinating.
And I've always done some sort of artwork. I've just never tried to be professional. But I created this technique that I call fabric collage.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
So these are all these little pieces
That's
of
beautiful.
fabric.
Yeah, fabric.
So what I do is I first decide on my design, and then I draw it. But when I draw it, it looks like a paint by number kit. So in the drawing is this little squiggly thing, and this little one, and this, And then I cut them all out